Hi everyone. In today's video, let's see how to create an Excel sheet to track your cash or bank movements. So I'm going to start with adding the company name. You can put in your company name here. So I'm going to just put an example company as ABC company, and you can put in the period here. I suggest to track your cash or bank movements by month. So here I'm going to just put it as January 2025. Okay. Next, we are going to create the table. You can start with date. The next column can be description. The following column can be withdrawal, or we can start with deposits. Okay, deposits. That means the cash in. The next column can be withdrawal or cash out. And then finally, balance. We can start this table with the opening balance. So I'm going to put the first day of the year, 1st January 2025, opening balance. Under the balance, you can put in the amount, for example, $1,000. Okay. So next, so as the transactions happens on a daily basis, you can record the movements here. So for example, on the 2nd January, there was a sales mm, of $1,000. So you can simply put the $1,000 under the deposits. So 1,000 here. Okay, and we are going to add a formula on the balance column. The first row, you can keep it as it is. You can start adding the formula from the second row onwards. So it's going to be equal, and select the balance from the previous row plus the deposits minus the withdrawal and enter 2000. So it's 1000 plus this 1000. Since we don't have any withdrawals, the balance is $2,000. I'm going to drag this formula down. So the formula gets copied. So moving forward, you just have to fill in the details on the date, description, and deposits or withdrawal columns, and the balances will auto appear. Now let's see another example. Okay, on the 3rd of January, let's say you paid a supplier. Maybe the description can be supplier payment. You can put in the name of the supplier, DEF company, and you can also put in the invoice number. Invoice number may be 001 slash 2025. Since it's a payment, you need to put in the figure under withdrawal. Maybe you paid $500. Here you go. You can see the balance appearing automatically because we have already inserted a formula. Now let's see another example. On the 4th of January, again, there was sales. 4th January, sales maybe $5,000. As you can see, the balance appears automatically. So you can key in the daily cash or bank transactions. And when you reach the end of the month, okay, since we are doing for January now, on 31st January, you can put a closing balance. After you have recorded all the transactions, you can simply put a closing balance, and whatever amount that is here will be your closing balance. You can maybe bold the line. Next, I'm going to fill the background of the header row. So you can select all the headers here and then fill it with a dark background color. I'm going to just go with this blue here. Then I'm going to make the font white. Okay. All right, it's white now. Then you can bold it and move it to center. It looks better now. And I'm going to do the same thing for the company name and period. Background color and the font, make it white and bold. Again, I suggest creating different sheets or different tabs for different months. So we can keep this tab as the tab for January. So what you can do is you can change the title to January 2025. Now let's copy and paste the tab. You just have to right click here and click on move or copy. Click on create a copy and click on the next tab. Click on OK. So Excel will create a copy or a duplicate of the previous tab. What you can do is you just have to change the title here. It can be February 2025. Go to the top, change the period to Feb 2025. You can delete all this information. Delete. Also delete the opening balance. And delete. Okay, you can put the beginning of the month, the date of the beginning of the month. So in this case, it will be 1st of February. We can start with the opening balance again. So what is the closing balance of January? Is $6,500. This will be the opening balance for February. You can put in the amount here, 6500. Okay, since the formulas already existed, it's showing the balances. So as per what we did for January, you can key in all the transactions for February, and at the end of the month, the closing balance will appear. You just have to simply put in the date. I hope you find this video useful. Thanks for watching.